guys, it's Arienne here. Putting this video together today to finally show you my Filofax setup. It's been a few weeks since I received it, and I've been, I guess, busy fiddling around with the different inserts and folders and accessories and bits and pieces. So it's probably still a work in progress, but I thought I would give you a little bit of a look-see into how it looks at the moment. Number one, I'd just like to say I am absolutely in love with this Chameleon A5 in raspberry. I get heaps of comments from people about it. And I am carrying it with me most places. It sleeps next to me in the bed. It's always constantly at my side when I'm working away. So it's made such a difference having such a beautiful, beautiful tool to jot down my to-dos and my lists and everything. So yeah, let's have a look inside, shall we? Okay, so here we go. So at the moment, I've got a couple of business cards just in the front there. I've got a kindness card. Check that out. It's an amazing organisation here in Sydney called Wake Up Sydney. So they're at wakeupsydney.com.au, and you can write to them and they'll send you this kindness card, and it says experiments in generosity. Someone has reached out to you with Xander. Hi. Someone has reached out to you with an anonymous act of kindness. Now it's your chance to do the same. Do something kind and leave this card behind to keep the ripple going. So it's really just an idea. Xander, off the camera, off the camera. Yeah, it's encouraging you to do a random act of kindness and leave the card behind. So I'm going to be carrying that with me, just in case I get spontaneous and I'm able to do something and then leave the card behind anonymously for them to do the same. Yeah, and then I've got some post-it notes just folded over at the moment in that bottom pocket. This is a little clear plastic zippy bag that I got as part of some stationery I bought. So I think there was something inside, but what I've done is I've just clipped it to the rings, and it's got a couple of USB sticks and a little whiteout thing in there. So it's just kind of keeping it together when it's closed. It adds a little bit of bulk, but it's handy to have these things with me. So that's what I've done there. Then just on the fly leaf, I've got some of these post-it notes. I just stuck a couple there, and it's kind of like an inbox. So when I just need to jot something down, or it's a bit of a shopping list or whatever, it's just jotting it down there, and then I can peel it off the fly leaf. So a really quick, easy to access post-it. So flyleaf, then I've got the cover, and I've got my goal summary. So I'm still working on some of these inserts. I've been quite busy doing bits and pieces, so I haven't transferred over all the information as yet, and there's still a few things that I need to work on, but I've placed it there because it's one of the first things that I want to see when I open my planner. So that's right there at the front. Then it's the sort of intro section. I've just sort of closed that off because it's got, you know, people's contact details, my details, got my password reminders in there, important contacts, things like that. So I won't go through those little details there. So I've got that at the beginning. Then I've just got one of these like business card holders, and I've just slipped a couple of pictures in there at the moment. My little sister, who's now almost 18, just had her final year exams. And she's a lot older and bigger. She's much taller than me. She's over 6 foot now. So yeah, but one of her little pictures of my dad when he was a little bit younger. Yeah, so a few more things to go in there. Then I've got another one where I've just put some stamps and bits and pieces to have them on hand. Then I've got another one of these little, I guess, flat ziplocky bags. I love this picture. I am a little bit of a francophile. I love flowers, and that photo, or I think it's actually a postcard, and that just makes me happy to see it. So I've put it in there, and I've slipped in some other photos and pictures on the other side and in between, just so I can reference them quite easily. Then I've got my first tab. Now, these are just one of the tabs. I just did it on slightly harder cardboard. And I haven't labeled them as yet because I want to sort of see how this setup goes. So I've just stuck a little post-it note on there as a sort of temporary labeling thing. And then once I'm using this system probably for about a month or so, I'll see if it's working, and then I will see if I actually label them properly. So this is one of the tabs I just made myself. It was just basically an A5 piece and just printed on an A4 sheet of paper. I just put a pretty design on it, and then it's just got the tab part at the top. So I've got a few of them in there, but yeah, just one of the ones I made, quite easy, just print it out and then cut around to the shape and put it in. I'd recommend putting on like some sticky tape or something on the tabs, just because it's like cardboard, but it's still paper, so it gets a little bit used and therefore a little bit folded and everything. Anyway, so this first tab is my master to-do list and planning section. So in here then, I've got some of my masters to do. So I've just put one of the stickers at the top. They're the what I got with my Arienne life planner last year. So I'm just using some of those stickers to highlight the tops here. So at the moment, the setup, I've got the 10,000 Girl campaign, which is a non-profit I work with. Then I've got a business tab, and I've got a few business pages because there's quite a lot of businessy stuff that I need to do. So those are those headings. I've got then Life is Crafted and stuff that I need to do for crafting this life. Then I've got Life Type, which is another business I've got. Savvy Sassy She, all about inspiration and motivation. I've got 2 pages of people, and that's really, I guess, bloggers and people that inspire me and people that have really good resources. So I've just noted them down there to refer back to. I've got a page for finances, a page for personal projects, a page for wedding planning. My partner and I are getting married in March 2014. So just a place to jot down and collate all those ideas. Some activities, and then stuff to do around the house. So I've kind of like high level done my master to-do list and just labeled them like that. And then down below, they've got sort of subsections and then individual tasks that need to be done. Then I've got some goal planning pages, some project planning pages, and that's the end of that section. The next section is a part on routines and reviews. So, you know, I've read a bit of David Allen's GTD, Getting Things Done. The system is a little bit complex, but I guess created some of my own weekly review checkpoints, what I need to do, what I need to have a look at, what I need to collate, that type of thing there. And I just printed off from, I think, his site, this little sort of reminder of how he recommends to do a review, and I just take out of that what works for me. And these are some of the sort of weekly review questions that he recommends and daily review layouts that he suggests. Then I've got projects for 2013, so I'm just trying to plan out the year a little bit in terms of, like, you know, quarterly, what do I want to focus on in terms of personal and work projects. Then I've got my page on routines, so I've just jotted down a few things that I want to be doing on a daily, weekly, fortnightly and monthly basis. And this helps me then to put them over into my weekly pages or my monthly pages when it's time to do that. So it's just reminding me that, you know, I want to make time for creativity. I want to make time for an adventure away once a quarter. I want to make time for reviewing my goals every 6 months. So that's there. And then I've just started to do a little bit of a weekly layout of, I guess, yeah, the repetitive weekly tasks and trying to slot them into, you know, things to be done on a Monday morning or a Friday afternoon and that type of thing. So it just helps me keep a little bit organized. So that's the end of that section. The next tab at the moment is calendar and overviews. So this is where I've got yearly overview for 2013. So just I can high level look at what I'm doing, where I'm going, that type of thing. And then special dates to remember. So it's like a perpetual thing, and so I can move this from year to year, but it's a reminder of people's birthdays, anniversary dates, that type of thing. And then this tab is going into the actual diary section. So this is where my weekly and monthly layout is. So you can see I'm a bit colourful and a bit messy in my planner. I guess everyone's a little bit different, but I don't mind scribbling things out. It feels really good for me to check things, cross things, circle things, highlight things. So yeah, last week was pretty busy. And this is this week. So I'm using the Filofax ruler at the moment. I have to say I don't really like it. I would prefer getting a see-through one, but I just haven't had time to source. I mean, I just think it covers a day, so when you're looking at your week as a whole, you kind of have to hold it up like that. So yeah, I guess it's just a temporary ruler, and we'll see what I can find there. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, my appointments for the day, what I'm doing on a certain day, what I need to do, and then just my brain dump of all the to-do lists I have to do across the different projects and parts of life. That's December, and it goes on. So then I've got a tab down the side. You might be able to see January, February, March, April, May, and so on. It's a bit heavy to carry around a whole year's worth of stuff at the moment. So what I've done is I've left January to March there, and then I've kept the tabs for April onwards, but instead of having all the weekly sheets like I do with the previous months, I've just kept in the the monthly dreams. So that's where I'm going to jot down this, you know, the ideas and goals that I have for that particular month, and I've kept in the monthly layout so that if dates come up, I can jot them down here, and then when I insert the weekly sheets for those upcoming months, I can put them in there. So that's how I've got it set up, just so it's not so heavy to carry around. All the way up to December. And then towards the back, I've just started, I've got another tab here, and this is just for my, I guess, my list sections and bits and pieces. So I've used some of the Filofax tabs that came with this A5 planner at the moment, and I haven't labeled them once again just because I'm sort of sorting out the order and seeing what works. So in this one I've got notes. In this one I've got Filofaxy contacts. I've got that on the Filofaxy group site at the moment. I uploaded it as a just a free download. Especially it has, you know, name, Filofaxy name, blog, Twitter, YouTube, location, and other, just to kind of keep track of all the really interesting people that are out there. And there's a page of my Filofaxy lists that I just copied off. The Filofaxy 36530 group page. Then I've got blank one. Now, I've got a few list pages, and I've separated out sort of an inspiration section. So this inspiration section, I just took one of the Life is Crafted blank list pages, and I've created this one as quotes. So quotes that I come across that really inspire me and I want to refer back to. I've started to note down there. My bucket list. So I'm still transferring over. I do already have 101 on my list, but I've only transferred over 30 so far. Just have to find a bit more time to do over the 71 more. This was a blank list page, just some information that I want to keep track of for myself. Gratitude list, life highlights, life lessons, the accomplishments I did at list. And then we go to the real, I guess, sort of list section. And this is where I put the wish list and gift list, people, local things to do, places to visit, and so on. So yeah, I've just got a few there, and then I've got a few notes pages at the back. And then at the moment in the back pocket, I've just got another range of Post-its. I've got some gift stickers from Erin Condren and a coupon. So that is my planner set up at the moment. It is a work in progress, I guess, like as it always is. We never really find the one amazing setup that we keep for the rest of our lives. So yeah, so there's a bit in there. It is a bit full, but most of the time I don't mind carrying it around because it really does allow me to sit anywhere and jot down notes and refer to the information I need to. If I'm just running out of the house, I might not take it, but most of my handbags fit this in, and I just love having my pink piece of joy with me as much as possible. So that's my setup for the moment. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment or link to what your setup looks like. I love always checking other people's videos out, and I'd just like to really thank you. I'll take this opportunity, I guess, that in look, it's probably not huge for some people, but for me, in a month and a half or so, I've had 80 subscribers. So thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you like these videos and want to, I guess, keep in contact, hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, thank you very much. Bye.